hold on. 깐들이 보라니 달팽이관에 이건 네 귀에 줄 축복 음악에 맞춰 그냥 춤춰.
This sequence was badass. Oh, it's so well done. This whole thing is this is a really very beautiful visuals. I think this is very beautiful. It looks fantastic, right? Because you have, of course, this thing creates an eye, obviously, but it also is like a pool, and later on they're standing singing inside the pool. So yeah, it's a really spectacular visuals. Thor reacts to BABYMONSTER. So, hello everyone, this will be my second then, of all time, second K-pop band reaction, breaking down the visuals, all this fun stuff, right? Because just last week, I got into Blackpink, right? People requested me to check out Blackpink, and after that, this is the next band, right? BABYMONSTER, which, to my understanding, they couldn't always explain to me, but this is their daughter-sister group kind of thing, right? Based on the same company as Pulse, I guess the same producers to some extent, right? And, you know, I'm really thinking back how amazing the Blackpink music videos are, right? It's so much happening. It's a visual masterpiece. They're changing outfits all the time. There are cool clothes on them. It is really fascinating, right? I'm coming in as an art director, kind of guy, creative director, and I'm just being like baffled, and like it just feels crazy how much is happening all the time in the Blackpink music videos. They're insane. And I think, of course, the Go reaction then 2 days ago. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna be here in BABYMONSTER, right? I assume it's gonna be quite similar, right? Probably, you know, maybe not exactly the same as a director or producing cast, but you know, it's probably some overlap, right? And they probably have some similar guidelines and so on. So this will be, to me, like a nerdy art director guy, I think it'll be interesting. So anyway, let's check out. Okay, let's go.
Baby, I'm a monster. Mona and Mona, I see you in slow-mo. You know you're in trouble. 밟아, 뭉쳐봐. 어차피 손바닥 위에서 못 나가. You know that. 넌 알던 순간 피어나. All eyes on me. 불을 질러라. Do or die. All my life. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. got them all going. Them all going.
Yeah, hold on. 깐들이 보라니 달팽이관에
이건 네 귀에 줄 축복 음악에 맞춰 그냥 춤춰.
히비리 핫바 뿜뿜 파우 분위기 타올라 니들 눈 돌아
땡하니 적잖이 충격일 거야.
From the screen 홈런은 쳤고 내 다음은 위
어중이 to중이 중간하니
날 보고 다쳤던 이 뜻은 shush. You know what it is, I've been running this.
Oh, this sequence was badass. Oh, it's so well done, man. That sequence was badass, man. Yeah, just the constant back and forth there, the walking down there. Immediately, right, just like with Blackpink, I love their outfits. It has some goddamn sassy, badass outfits always, right? But that was really well directed, you know? Like she's moving, saying shush, and then it changes person. Yeah, that was really well done. And just immediately like, man, that was good. That was good.
Pedal to the metal, click clack click, put 'em up to the sky, high. 피어나, all eyes on me, 불을 질러라.
Do or die, all my life. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
got them all going.
Shush.
Yeah, the ABYMON. Got them all going. 마음껏 웃어봐. 이제 내 차례니까 천천히 불태워 네가 잠든 사이. Time's up. 올라가 더 꼭대기로 하늘 위로 Fly away. 온 세상을 뒤집어.
So this is why I love the music videos. They're crazy. What is this? Something seems walking in like a church or something. I'm gonna break it down, of course, in detail, like with Blackpink. But it's like immediately, these music videos are so amazing because you can just watch. I can see myself watching them like 10 times more afterward, even after my own review, right? And being like, oh, so what's happening? Why is she walking down this church now? Why is she walking down this thing here? There's some cool, like the door itself has some cool, you know. So it's clearly an eye team, right? All eyes on me. They're standing on giant eyes, right? That's definitely the visual key of the video itself, absolutely. But it's these kind of moments where you're like, yeah, this is so good, right? And it's one thing though that I keep thinking about a lot when I watch this thing. I mean, you know, some more later, but I want to point it out now is that it feels very video game, right? And that's where I come from. You know, I used to be mostly, of course, I've been a game designer, right, and then creative director on video games. And that's certainly what I feel a lot when I'm watching BABYMONSTER and also Blackpink as well. That it feels like it's very video game inspired. You think I'm right on that? Honestly, I mean, I don't know the backstory, but it feels that, right? Because this is like a little bit religious, I suppose, the church here. But in context, I think it more feels like a video game, right? This actual tier here, that's how you make a church, right? This door wouldn't actually be in like a church, but it would be in a video game. You know what I mean? Like it feels more video game aesthetics, right? And she's walking up here to like a boss fighter. That's how it feels a lot more. And one thing I keep thinking about all the time watching these videos is, of course, Stellar Blade, which is an amazing game. I think the best game of the year. Incredibly good game. People complaining about, oh, bait, whatever, right? Because people are weird in the West, right? Absurdly good game from a gameplay standpoint, but also, of course, music-wise and, you know, visually. It was an extremely beautiful game. And this whole music video really reminds me of Stellar Blade in so many ways. Also because probably all the singers looks like the main character Eve, but visually as well. But yeah, let's be there, but yeah.
Baby, I'm a monster.
Yeah, music-wise, the last bit that was very interesting. That was like a completely other song, basically. Yeah, but it feels like it's like with Blackpink too, right? They're mixing kind of singing and rapping, and then the last bit there was like completely other diversion from the previous bit. It's an interesting musical part as well, right? So first of all, a big difference here, of course, from Blackpink then, but it's a very noticeable, of course, you have more band members, right? They have 7 members. Now, before I even go into the music video in itself, I'll talk about that, because the 7 members are clearly very different. And I mean here, that from a visual standpoint, very clear. Absolutely different because they have singers as well, but from a pure visual standpoint, right, it's different because if you look at the dancing, right, as I mentioned in my first video of Blackpink, you know, about taekwondo, black belt and so on, right, so doing the pomse and all this stuff, right, it's a very different, like, layout here, right, now we have more band members, because they don't have any back, there's no back dancers, right, and there's a big difference from the other videos. The dances are kind of similar, to be fair, right? They probably have, you know, similar choreography and similar trainers and so on, right? And even if they don't have the same trainer, their trainers probably train the same school or whatever, you know what I mean? It's very common, right? It's like end programming or something. Like everyone they kind of learn the same thing, go for the same Harvard or whatever. So it's a lot of similarities, right? But ignoring the visual spectacle, right? The dancing is so clearly based on having more members now, because there were some scenes, right, when the girls are standing up in a line, for example, right, and they're creating a much longer line, and so forth. And you see in this and here, they don't have the same, like, symmetric disposition from the back dancers, right. Here's this more clouted, right? It's more cluttered. It's not that they're standing in like we in the front, this and that. So I think that makes it look slightly better in a way compared to Blackpink in this music here, because yeah, like I mean they have 7 people, so this is like we all that's together here. It doesn't necessarily feel like, you know, there isn't like a difference in that sense between the front and the back, right? when in the other music videos, it's clear like these are the 4 band members. Then it's like 4 or 5 or so other girls behind them in like other colors, right? Or the clothing. There's a very clear thing. That being said, though, don't get me wrong. I think that in the Blackpink, for example, DDU-DU and so on, right? I think that it looks good though that you have like, for example, here's the band members in like white dressing, right? They have like 4 different white clothes on them, and then the back dance has 4 or 5 different black clothes on them, right? So you kind of have that, use the positioning, that, you know, like the color difference there. So it's really well done, don't get me wrong, it's really well done, and it stands out, right? But here instead, you really definitely feel how they all have individual clothing, and it's a very different feel to it, and every dance scene is definitely that. But what I mean, right, is that it's important for how they're moving around in this kind of scenes, right? And don't get me wrong, I have only seen like 3 videos of Blackpink, so maybe I'm just completely, you know, it might be different in the other ones. But it is kind of clear here that because all women dancing and all band members, right, they don't have the same like rigid structural difference when they're moving around here on the dance floor, to speak, right? It is not like, okay, we 3 go up there, you're back, and so on. This is more like a mixture of how they're moving around, right? So it makes it look very different. But obviously, have a lot more members, than almost twice as many, right? And of course, I wouldn't be surprised if they also have music videos where they have like 10 girls behind them as back dancers and so forth. Of course, they probably have that. But I think it's a big difference how the actual choreography of the dance is. But it's probably based on that. But like I said, the other band probably has, it's only 4 of them as well, right? And so forth. But anyway, let's go the visuals now then. The religious team, right? Yeah.
Baby, I'm a monster. Mona and Mona, I see you in slow-mo. You know you're in trouble.
I like the hands here. Yeah, I like this detail here. There is like hands in the window. I think you see it best here, right? Yeah. This is a really nice detail here in the background. I really like that. It looks like 3 branches, right? And then the branches itself are like turning into fingers. I'm just playing through Resident Evil. Probably beating it in extreme. It's a later day though. But this kind of is, again, honestly, a video game, right? It's like a horror theme going on here. She's also in like a church or something, or on a religious temple. And then you have this like evil branches, monsters, and... But obviously the theme is that, you know, there are monsters and so on. So yeah, it's like haunting monsters outside, right? Yeah, so this is like a big theme, right, in the music video. It's absolutely the eye thing. Just standing on the eye right here. So this is clearly the big theme. I mean, obviously this is the iris, and this is, you know, the eye and so on. It's like the eyelid, I guess. Yeah, the eyelashes are the fire. But I mean, clearly this whole thing is, this is a really very beautiful visuals. I think this is very beautiful. It looks fantastic, right? Because you have, of course, this thing creates an eye, obviously, but it also is like a pool, and later on they're standing singing inside the pool. So yeah, it's a really spectacular visuals. I don't know, some people will angry and say, "Oh, you're talking about the music enough," but I'm also be straight, guys. You know, I don't like music. I'm just kidding. I don't like music. I hate it. Yeah, I never liked songs at all. No, I'm just kidding. But no, but I admit that it's absolutely mostly the visuals that really attracts me to look at this K-pop stuff. But you also have to understand, you know, even though I have made some music in the past for some games, kind of composed some music, but it's kind of basic, right? I never saw myself as a musician. I just wrote very basic, you know, 8-bit tunes kind of thing, right? For like battle songs or whatever, right? I'm much more of an art guy, right? I also worked as like a US art director as well, right? So it comes with territory, right? You know what I mean? I'm sure there are other reactors and breakdown people that sit 3 hours to talk about music, right? You know, for this song. But for me, instead, you're getting ridiculous amount of arts talk. But it's kind of like what you're good at, you know, what are you good at, right? If I titled the video like music director reaction, then it would be kind of strange, I think. Anyway, I digress, sorry, but I'm just like, you know, bewildered, baffled how beautiful this is. No, but seriously, this is, to me, is very beautiful. It's my visual standpoint. This is very good. And like I said, that they're also standing inside of it, right? That they also have people then standing inside this thing later is also fantastic, right? Standing inside the eye. And then, of course, my eye is blossoming and there's my eyes on me and it's very eye focused, right? So it's just great. It's just great all around it with that sense. It's very, very, very good. And then you also have a little bit of those branches here, but not exactly like earlier, but a little bit of that, right? And then the fire as well, burning up. She's standing at like the fire eye now. You can see the eyelash line there as well. And these are also eyes, of course. Yeah, they're also eyes, right?
All my life, yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Got them all going.
Catch the tune.
Yeah.
Be happy while I'm on hand.
She probably has the best outfit in the music video. Yeah, I think she wins. But I'm weak for these things though. When you have like the, I mean, more I want to have necklace on, but yeah, I'm weak for this kind of design, you know, the belting. I grew up for fantasy, and I want them to have like 7 belts, you know. I always say that, but it's probably FF8, FF9. I need them to have like, you know, the Lulu and have like 10 belts on them, but I'm weak for this leather belt design.
Yeah. Got
But
them all
yeah, I think
going.
she wins.
Hold on. Yeah,
Oh, this is probably the best part here. Like I said earlier, from a visual standpoint, this is probably the best part, I think. From just like, yeah, not about the Coelcha. Coelcha is the part that I hear. You see to your Coelcha. That is like a weird, interesting line, yeah. So the Coelcha is the thing that kind of covers up your eye, right? And the birds have giant Coelchas. That's the thing with birds, they can like cover up their whole eye with that. Humans only have it in like the edge, right? This is really well done. That's a really great part. I also like what this thing here, right, is to reverse on the other side. Yes, it's white here, black here, and it goes all the direction, right? That is nice. And it's kind of the same thing with the lamp, I guess. This is like white, black, and it's black, white instead, and so on. Yeah, it's a very nice, like, typical black and white color spectrum, right? Maybe, if I directed this, I probably would give them more. The clothing probably also fit this team more, to be honest. I think I would go all the way on this thing, honestly, guys. I think I would go hard on this thing. So I'm not saying they're wearing bad clothing. I like this like skull outfit here. This looks cool, don't get me wrong. But I think I probably wouldn't have her wear yellow, right? I probably would have it similar here. This color scheme fits more. I think I would have made this one more brighter, maybe like more whitish yellow, something like that. Something like the pants though. Yeah, but I think this blue here fits more for this background, right? The yellow kind of sticks out to me. And yellow isn't like a color spectrum reverse of bluish. No one I see it like this. No one I see this image here, like back to back. Yeah, I think I would prefer this was brighter. And I probably actually would have like a white skirt instead of a black skirt. Yeah, like white short pants instead of white. Probably. I think that's what I would have done. I think I would have these as white as well. I think I would have white leggings, black shoes, white hair, probably, whatever.
You know what it is, I've been running this, pull up in a ghost, pick up, boo-hoo. Vroom, vroom, need a steam, bring it back, doing it, pop, pop, pop.
Wasn't that wall, actually? There's so much stuff happening as always. Is it bikes, right? Yeah, it's bikes, isn't it? Reflection there. A cool mirror.
Doing it, pop, 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 pedal to the metal, click, clack, click, put them up to the sky, high, high.
Yeah, now back to the eye, right? Standing in one of these ice things. Surrounded by ice, yeah. Open my eyes, I am blue.
All eyes on me, 부르질러라.
This is what I meant earlier, right? This is why this thing is so badass from a visual standpoint, right? You have this giant eye thing is burning, you're not just standing in this eye pool, so it's it is like a fantastic visualization. And this overall, she's standing here in the fire, right? She's lifting her arms and it's like burning behind her. This is it's a very beautiful shot. Very, very beautiful shot. Very, very beautiful. Very nice. But it's more than just it's more than just that. Okay, it visually looks good. Like, this is also a good scene, right? Like a woman standing and there's like fire behind her, and this always works in any movie or whatever, right? Absolutely. But also that it is, like I said earlier, the pool is actually the iris. It's at the point of the eye, right? And we know that because it shows earlier. We saw like the other angle of it before, right? So it's even more impactful. And also good that it's started in that order. Yeah, it's the right order, I say, from the art direction. You first show the giant eye, and then you see in the eye. The other direction would make less sense, right? So, but it's a very powerful image.
All my life, yeah, you ain't seen nothing, yeah. Got them all going shush, 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 shush. Yeah.
This was meant earlier. This is very clear here that they are not backup dancers, right? They're standing in a line listed. Yeah, very clear that. But it's always interesting how they change someone's outfits. Now, what I love that, right? It's like every new scene is like they have a new badass outfit on them. Yeah, it's so much. It's like every time, man. Every time they have to change outfits so many times. It's like 10 different outfits every video, man. They have to go back and forth so much, man. Yeah, it's and what I like a lot of that is K-pop music overall is the asymmetric clothing design. I really like it, right? It's always like, you know, oh, I have this thing going on one side of my body, my skirt has different colors, right? I have one skirt with this thing here. I tell people that all the time. I really like it in this fashion, and I think more people should wear this in other countries too, right? You know, it's a much better visualization for your body, almost always, right? To have different colors, right? And so, for example, right now I'm wearing my Yamato shirt, right? So on this, you know, here is this kind of greenish color, right? On the other side, it's like another thing, you know. So it's like, you know, like I maybe I'm just biased then, right? But I basically also only wear asymmetric clothing, right? My favorite one I have on work is my Haroi. It's like a suit to go over you, and it's black and white, right? So one is black on the left side, and then it's white on the other side, right? So it's like a clear, you know, split. And then it's like a yin yang pattern with a dragon in the back, two dragons. And the dragon are flying as a yin-yang, right? So it's like the yin-yang pattern. Obviously, of course, the black and white dragon on the back, right? So you see me walking from the back, right? You're seeing the black and white side, and you see the yin-yang dragon in the middle, like creating that mixture of black and white, right? And the eyes of the dragon is kind of like, you know, the black and the white, and the yin in the middle, right? The yang and so on. Like that kind of stuff, you know. It's what I love to wear, right? So I always liked that. I was pretty clothing. This is interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. You see kind of the monster hands again, the three things. They have to build this thing, right? It looks like marble, yeah, but it's probably wood. It's probably fake, but yeah, it looks like it's but marble, but I guess it isn't, right? But it's interesting. Can I see this ripping through it?
Time's up. 올라가 더. 꼭대기로. 하늘 위로.
Yeah, and this is like a boss fight, though. But it actually so much reminds me of the Reese fight in Khazan. It almost looks exactly the same when you're gonna go to her boss fight. It almost looks exactly like this, and it also is a Korean game. So I'm thinking like, man, there's something here. But no, but it's like I said earlier, it really feels like a video game. And this scene, this layout, almost looks exactly like that. And I think you see similar stuff in Japanese stuff too, in a sense, just because like, you know, Japan and the same thing with South Korea and so on, you don't have, you know, Christianity there, right? So they have a much more different take on like their Christianity, but because obviously it's like a church, right? It's obviously it's like, you know, a European religious building, right? And they take it a lot more like a, you know, it's a fantasy thing. Yeah, they take it a lot more like that, right? Because it actually makes, I mean, it makes zero sense how the door looks, right? If you were gonna be authentically church, right? Yeah, it looks absolutely make no sense. But it's very common, I think, in Korean and Japanese media to construct it like this, right? This here is one fight. But it's a nice angle now because now they changed the music, right? Yeah, so it's a nice way to do it. Now they're altering how the, you know, what the type of the music is, right? When you open the doors into the white. Yeah. Then you get like completely different. She does the horn thing. That's interesting, this part. Now, but I like this though, when they have their own window each. Yeah, this is a great scene there. They're panning around. And of course, we earlier saw these different windows, right? So, when in the beginning of the piano and so on. And you had different teams, like the Ravens, Murder of Ravens, As a side note, now I can't remember all of them, but I really, really think it's funny, right? If you don't notice, all like flock of birds, right, have the worst names ever. It's like unkindness of ravens, murder of crows. It's like like whoever made it in English, they really hate birds, man. A bird has like every flock of bird has like the most horrible name. Yeah, that's an unkindness. That's a murder. That's like it's a flock of vultures. It's not the worst thing ever, man. It's terrible, man. Someone really hates bird in English language. Yeah, the game. No, but you Google it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. You know what? Let's do it very quickly. I just love it so much. It's so weird. Here's one for crows. It's interesting. I mean, come on, it's kind of funny. It's like a mob of crows, a murder of crows. It's like, yeah, okay, good names, the good name. Yeah, mischief of magpies. They have so many weird names, man. Here we have the ravens, conspiracy, unkindness. Some of them, a gift of robins, see? Some of them have nice names. A riot of robins, yeah. But it's kind of weird that, honestly, I have no idea. Leave a comment below if you know why. I have no idea why they have so many different names for it, though, honestly. Because it's like, why do you both have a gift and a riot of the same bird name, right? But like, again, my point, almost every poor bird has like a terrible name. Yeah, it's like, riot of robins coming, an unkindness of ravens, a conspiracy of ravens, a murder of crows, right? Anyway, back to the video. It's kind of funny. I do find it kind of hilarious. The birds that say worst thing ever. You have that thing, flowers. Oh yeah, spiders, of course. Yeah, so they clearly have a monster team going on, right? They're doing the horn thing, very much so. In that sense, I can really see how the group differs, right, from some other that I've seen in the past. I mean, it clearly they have a lot more monster team going on overall. I mean, not just with the whole, the birds, the evil crows or whatever, monster hands, right, and obviously doing a monster sign here. But you can see it in the clothing, right? It's more skulls, it's more like pentagrams or whatever. Yeah, but it's more the symbolism in their clothing, like she's wearing like just a skull, right, on her skirt down there, right? Earlier we saw like a skull on her torso, you know what I mean? So it's clearly a lot more, it's a lot more like monster team going on, very, very clearly. I mean, they call it Baby Monster, I mean, I'm surprised. But yeah, they're going for that kind of like evil, almost like a gothic team, goth girls, maybe emo chicks, I don't know, but her hair has that horn thing, right? Like Mem Show, Best Girl, yeah, but kind of like that, right? Like a little horn hair and so on. Absolutely. So they have that thing going on for them. And then also probably, perhaps, some extent, while I feel it's even more like video gamey, while I feel like, this is like a boss battle now, we're going to church here, you open in that door, and it's like bright and fire, we're gonna have this like some giants be like, Godfried, the monster of this thing's gonna pop up or something. It does feel a lot more like that. The aesthetics of this music video, as I mentioned earlier, it really does remind me of Khazan, the First Berserker. Let's give a comparison here. So here it is. I want to find it, but it's exactly what I'm thinking about. The Great Temple is called in Khazan, right? So it's also a Korean game then. Arguably the best game last year. I think it was the best action game, easily. I give it 10 out of 10, right? I really love Khazan. Gonna link below my review for that, but I really, really love this game. It's fantastic gameplay, incredible, well done. But visually, it really is, I think, similar to this music video. Not because this is one image here, but it's like they have this. I feel they have a very similar take on like European architecture stuff, right? Kind of late European medieval times with the monster team, right? So it looks very, very similar. And this is kind of what I mean. This is a boss battle, right? You go up here, you're gonna fight this woman. there's some weird door pattern, this thing that, like I said earlier, so that actually make any sense, right, from a typical European historical stuff. And then you have all the church windows, and you have broken windows and so on, all the images of that. And early in the game, you walk by some, windows. It's like monster hands kind of pointing at you and from the windows and so on, right? So aesthetically, it's very, very similar. So yeah, it feels a lot like that. I keep thinking about, I'm just like, yeah, it's very similar, very, very similar. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but they don't have like an art one, right? How they made the video. I don't find that one at least. This is the dance one instead. Let's check it out then.
Baby, I'm a monster. Mona and Mona, I see you in slow-mo. You know you're in trouble. 밟아, 둥쳐봐. 어차피 손바닥 위에서 못 나가. You know that. 눈을 뜬 순간 피어나. All eyes on me. 불을 질러라. Do or die. All my life. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Got them all going.
Yeah, they have a similar dance, right? One thing I like is that kind of kick in the end there. That's kind of what they did in that black and white thing, right? So you kind of see because I mean, yeah, the dance in the music video there was the same, right? In that part of it. And then it's like, okay, but you can have that little, like, the leg kick thing there. So yeah, it's like some kind of carry over there. And I guess they have, like, different dances, right? Thematically. You have certain parts, so it's like, it never really kind of moves.
Yeah, got them all going. Yeah, hold on. 간 드리블하니 달팽이관에 이건 네 귀에 줄 축복 음악에 맞춰 그냥 춤춰 히비리 핫밥 뿜뿜 파우 분위기 타올라 니들 눈 돌아 땡하니 적잖이 충격일 거야 From this queen 홈런은 쳤고 내 다음은 위 어중이 도중이 중간하니 날 보고 다쳤던 입대서 슈슈슈 You know what it is, I've been running this pull up in a ghost, pick up, boo-hoo Vroom, vroom, 니네 심장이 빡등이 pop, pop, pop pedal to the metal, click, clack, click, put 'em up to the sky, high, 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 high.
All eyes on me. 불을 질러라.
Do or die, all my life. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Got them all going. Shush, 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 shush. Yeah, the everyone.
I was almost doing the kick there. I was like, how do I kick now? Sit now. No, but it's good. But yeah, you can clearly see the similarity here, right? This is the same thing you do in the church beat, when they're setting up there and so on, right? The church part, yeah. So it kind of feels like the music video is this thing, but they cut out different parts of it, right? Like, okay, we have this moment here. Yeah, well, the positioning, of course, are the difference here, right? In the music video, they are dancing in it, but, you have the visual positioning in between, right? So you don't have the same flow, right? That's the big difference, I think, from now watching it like this. That there is mostly the same dance, but, there's no, like, in between, like, part A and B and so on in the music video, right? Of course not.
Yeah, got them all going.
마음껏 웃어봐. 이제 내 차례니까 천천히 불태워 네가 잠든 사이.
Time's up. 올라가 더. 꼭대기로 하늘 위로. Fly away. 온 세상을 뒤집어. Come on, let's ride. Baby, I'm a monster.
Yeah, they have the this is the last bit. Right? They go more monster to that, yeah. Do. Yeah, and they end the same, right, of course, with the same monster team there. But when I think about it now, even more so, when I watch this second dance bit here, right, it's very much clear that when the last bit starts, not only is it like, yeah, whatever, we are a monster, but it's like, it's clearly more teamed at that, right, lyric-wise, dance-wise. yeah, it has the monster theme going on. But it feels kind of strange. It's like it's almost like another song. Yeah, it feels completely like, oh, this is a completely new song now for the last bit there, right? And I assume they do the same thing in the other songs too, right? Like you have the one lyric one, the rap one, and the monster part. Here comes the monster bit. Yeah, I would be surprised if they don't do a very similar thematically in the other music too. They do, like in the end of it, they also probably do another like here's the monster part, right? And I mean, I'm sure the dance is different or whatever, but it's like probably similar. And then it also probably ends with the monster horn thing, right? In the end of it, that would be my guess. I don't want to spoil myself too much now. Yeah, I don't want to spoil myself now and look at another music video from them. But I would very much assume that this is the general ending they have in their other songs as well, right? With probably another post, perhaps, maybe 3 of them and whatever, so on. But something similar to that, right? Very likely. Anyway, another video, guys. Please subscribe, press the like button, right? Tell me in the comments below what will be the next song you want to see, right? Otherwise, today I'm probably gonna stream Resident Evil 9 if you want to see more monsters. It might be the last stream of that game because I want to stream it 2 days now, but the game is pretty short, I think, so probably a bit soon, right? Otherwise, a side note, one show that I really love, right? I love this kind of stuff, right? Is Oshinoko, right? Idol girls. It's great, man. It's great. My mem show. She's a monster, I keep thinking about mem show when I see this thing, though. I keep thinking about mem show. I happy to do. She got the monster horse, she's clearly the best character. She's my favorite character, Oshinoko. And she really is. I have a figure over here. I really love mem show. So if you're interested in seeing me reacting and review to Japanese idol girl shows, yeah, that's every Wednesday, guys. But it's like a really good show. I mean, I think it's one of the best animes, like straight up, right? It's of course the same author made Kaguya-sama, so it's like a genius author. But yeah, idol girl, man, it's awesome, man. It's I think it's one of the best shows this season as well. It's probably a little bit, I'll say it, under the radar. I don't think too many people care about season 3 of it, but it's really well done. I mean, obviously it's like if you haven't heard about it, it's like an idol girl anime, right? But it's half is more about all the war and production and murder and conspiracies behind it, right? It's more about she betrayed me. Yeah, that was a good kind of, yeah, basically it's like latest part is one of the idol girls being betrayed by her friend, right? So she paparazzi ruins her life. Yeah, so this is what I mean. It's like half cute idol girl show and half is like someone murdered my best friend. Who was it? Yes, it's a lot like that. Someone betrayed me. So it's like it's very much half it's like the idol girl production drama. But it's really, really awesome. I think I really love it. Can't recommend it enough. Anyway, so you guys have a great day.